Hey everyone, so today we're taking a quick look at the MacBook Pro Space Black color versus the silver color. Now, this is the second year that Apple has the Space Black color for the MacBook Pro. Of course, this is an M4 MacBook Pro right here. My old MacBook Pro here in silver is an M1 Pro MacBook Pro. And I just wanted to show you the color differences in case you're a little indecisive as to what to get, what's better to get, why it's better to get one over the other. And so let's go ahead and just get started. Here, just kind of straight off the bat, you can kind of already tell the differences here. The silver is just kind of this flat color, doesn't really change color at all. It's just a flat, clean silver color. Meanwhile, the Space Black does change its color a little bit, and I'll show you here a little bit closer up. Definitely just note that this is more of a darker space gray than it is a black color device, because I mean here, for example, just to show you kind of what black looks like, here is black. Of course, you can see that the Space Black is still overall a gray laptop. It's darker than space gray, but it's still a gray laptop. So if what you want is an actually all black laptop, this is not going to be it. But you can see that it does change a little bit. I do really like that. However, one of the most important things here that you're going to be concerned with are fingerprints. Now, how is it going to be between the silver and Space Black? Well, I'll tell you, it's not even close. The Space Black, you're going to see the fingerprints every single time that you put them. It doesn't matter how clean your hands are. I have really clean hands, usually very dry hands as well. And so here we take a look at my old MacBook. This is a MacBook that has been used for 3 years. Of course, you can see no signs of fingerprints at all. And this MacBook has not been cleaned once a week or anything like that. Nope, nope, nope. It's been kept in a case for most of the time. Not all of the time, but most of the time. Let me grab the case here so you can see it. So I've had this case on it, just a clear case. Why would I put it in a case? Well, I really don't like the raw aluminum feel on my hands or on my lap. It's usually too cold. I prefer the feel of the plastic. However, we go inside, of course, this has never been in a case, right? The inside has always been touched with my fingers and everything. You can kind of see the keyboard there after 3 years. Not too bad, but definitely not fantastic either. Worth noting that this is just a keyboard with 3 years of good use that hasn't been cleaned all the time. And actually, I don't think I've cleaned this more than once or twice in this whole time frame. So now let's go ahead and open up the Space Black so you can see the inside as well. Hopefully here, as I'm kind of handling, you can kind of see them as well. But the Space Black, just immediately as you grab it, especially in this lighting, if it's darker, then it's kind of harder to see the fingerprints. But when it's bright light like this, I can instantly see kind of the smudges around the keyboard here, the speaker areas where I've grabbed it. Like just right here from a distance where I'm at, I can see some smudges on the Space Black. I can't see really anything over here on the silver. I see a little thing right here, but I think that might be just a scratch or something from usage over time or the aluminum wearing down. But that is the difference right there. Let me show you up close just so you can see this. So I will put my fingers right here. Again, they're not necessarily super oily or anything, but they're not super dry either. But there you go. You can now just see the difference there. You can definitely see that it's already smudged up. You can even see the trackpad here from the little bit of use that I've done it today. And then if we grab the silver one, just to show you, and I'm being very careful because I obviously don't want to damage these laptops here. Let me just show you. And then if I just kind of smudge it up like this, you're really just not gonna see anything. And of course, this is 3 years of putting my palms on there, putting my fingers on there. Look at that. Really, what's really dirty here is the screen, which, yeah, I gotta really clean that. Now, one thing to note between the two colors is actually the keyboard colors are slightly different. I don't know if you can tell there or if it's just me. Take a look there, let me know what you think. But it looks like the keyboard on the Space Black is a little bit grayish and not as black. I think that's what really gives this contrast on the silver, which I actually really do like. I like that contrast of the keyboard popping and the color looking just so clean here on the speakers and the trackpad and everything. It just looks so clean. However, the Space Black over here just looks very sophisticated, right? Very calm, very quiet. I was thinking, like, if I'm editing a video for an hour or two, it would be a little bit maybe more calming to be using the Space Black one, just because I don't have this constant light shining back at me from the silver. Might be a you know, ridiculous point, but I think all these things do matter, especially deep down in our psyche. Things like that end up taking a toll after a couple hours. So while I'm not too concerned if I put a case on the Space Black MacBook for the external, I am a little bit concerned of the internal just smudges every single time that I open it, how it's gonna shine, how it's gonna chip. Of course, the chips are gonna be brutal on the Space Black over time. You're gonna definitely have some wearing down. If you're not very precise with the ports on the side, you'll definitely over time see these kind of chip away on the outside. Not like it would be the biggest issue, but definitely worth noting. You're gonna see that. That used to happen to my space gray MacBooks and it wasn't even as dark as this. However, here, let's see, after 3 years of connecting cables back here, you can kind of see that I see some kind of like just scratching around it, but it's so slight that, you know, I don't think most people would really notice that there. It's just really just, you're not gonna see it. It's just not happening. Then let's look at the bottoms of the laptops just so you can see that. Again, we have some contrast with the black pads and then the actual aluminum silver there, and then black pads on black. And here, again, you can really see the difference between these two. I mean, look at that. You can already see the fingerprints from me grabbing it all day. And I got this one mainly to also just make this video for everyone so that y'all can see exactly if you do actually want the space black. I think overall the silver color is actually better. I was just interested in maybe, you know, contemplating this one for a change and for this video, but time will tell if I do keep this or go back to silver. I'm just not the biggest fan of the color shifting and, you know, seeing all the smudges and the different stuff like that. But I don't know. Let me know what you think down there in the comments. It is nice that the Apple logo is darkened like that. It just looks very sleek, sophisticated. Another thing that I wanted to note, of course, is that cases, if you do get a case, it's gonna be harder for it to look good as well on the darker MacBook. It's gonna look way better on the silver MacBook, and I'll show you that right here in a second. Let me just grab the lid to this case. And if we put the lid on here, well, because it's black, over time you are gonna see the smudges a lot on the actual plastic of the cover, and a lot of the covers online, and I'll have the link down below to this one in the description, but a lot of these are clear like this and not frosted, and the ones that are frosted are kind of ugly in my opinion, and so it's not gonna look as good. So let's flip this around again. Oh my goodness. Just so you can see that. So that's how that would look on a space gray, right? I really like kind of this wave design, but if I go ahead and put it on the silver, I mean, I don't know if you agree with me, but this looks just, I mean, so clean, so incredible. You really don't see the smudges on the plastic, so it looks clean all the time and fun, and you can match it with more colors, vibrant colors. So really up to you here with what you see there. I'm really convincing myself in this video to just go back to silver, honestly, because dang, it looks so clean when it's clean in the space black, but once it gets dirty, it's a tough one. If you like to keep things clean, if you like things looking clean, it's a little tough to kind of side with this more than silver. And like I said, it is a pro that it's not fully black. If this was fully black, kind of like that midnight MacBook Air, that would be just brutal. I never even considered that one. I don't even know why anyone bought that color. That's just crazy. That's basically a part-time job keeping that laptop clean. Last point that I want to talk about is probably media consumption. If you're like on an airplane or just in a dark space and you're watching a movie or something like that, of course the screen brightness is going to reflect onto the keyboard deck. The aluminum is going to reflect more light. Meanwhile, the black one is going to absorb more light. So it'll be a little bit less distracting with the black MacBook if you're working at night and stuff like that. Even during the day, it's a little bit less distracting unless you're looking at the smudges. Just because the silver, you can see right there, it just pops so much. So I don't know, it's tough even for me. I mean, right here I have both of them in front of me and I have a hard time deciding. So I can imagine if you don't have both of them in front of you, hopefully you can decide somehow, because this is just a really tough decision, especially with how much money these are. I do wish we had some like green or yellows or something like that colorful for this one. That would be so nice, because that would probably make the choice easier to just go with something that I'm just vibing with more. But yeah, I think that pretty much does it for this video. Just kind of like a quick hands-on here with both colors, just so you can see that. I don't know, this one's just so dirty. I kind of want to hide it and just leave this one on top, because that keyboard is just so dirty on that last one. But pretty good for 3 years. I gotta say, pretty good for the 3 years. So yeah, let me know what y'all think. Again, black or silver, what's your go-to? I really just think silver is the best color. It's just, there's some features about the black one that I really like. Especially I'm attracted to it because I haven't had a black MacBook in a really long time. Well, ever since the space grays, the last black book I remember wanting was the old plastic black MacBooks back in the day, and I never was able to get that one, and I always wanted that. But that was a deeper black than this. It's a much cooler black in my opinion. But yeah, there it is. The black MacBook, the silver MacBook. A little tough to move these around here on the table. Hopefully that kind of gave you an idea as to how they look. Again, the reflections, look at that, how they change color. Or not how they change color, but how the silver one doesn't at all, while the space gray or the space black does. And again, not necessarily black, it's more gray. Here, just last one, so you can see the different black things here, just so you can see. It won't match all your black accessories or black aesthetic. Well, it's close, it's not black, it's definitely just a gray. This could have just been called space gray again, and it would just be a slightly darker shade of space gray. And you know, it'd be the same thing basically, because it's not really black for me. But yeah, that's it. Let me know what you think. Leave a like on this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.